The high-stakes meeting, which does not include Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, will be the first time the two leaders have met in person since 2019. Secretaries of State, Treasury and Commerce are traveling with Trump today. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick will travel with Trump to Alaska today. CIA Director John Ratcliffe, White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, and Ambassadors Steve Witkoff and Monica Crowley will also be attending the summit with the president. A recent family vacation Vice President J.D. Vance took for his 41st birthday is coming under renewed scrutiny, as Democratic Senator Adam Schiff launches a new probe into a federal request to raise the level of a river to accommodate his kayak trip. In a letter first shared with NBC News, Schiff, of California, requests information about the move, which he calls unjustified and frivolous. Putin may already feel like a winner when he sits down today in Alaska with his American counterpart Trump. Putin, who has ruthlessly secured unprecedented power at home, has seen his army finally eke out a slight advantage on the battlefield in Ukraine after years of brutal back-and-forth fighting. Now, invited in from the diplomatic cold, the Russian leader headed for Anchorage full of praise for Trump's energetic and sincere efforts ahead of the talks, which will see him set foot on American soil for the first time in a decade. Trump has warned there will be very severe consequences unless he agrees to stop the war, and said yesterday that Putin is not going to mess around with me. But for the Russian leader, the one-on-one sit-down with Trump may already feel like a victory. Alaska summit is a fool's errand, says Marine who was wrongfully detained in Russia. The U.S. should be arresting Russian President Vladimir Putin, not legitimizing him and entertaining him. According to a Marine who was wrongfully detained in Russia for 5 years. Paul Whelan, inside a defendant's cage, waiting to hear his verdict at a court in Moscow in 2020. Kirill Kudratsev, AFP via Getty Images file. There's no reason that we should trust him, and we shouldn't legitimize a despotic leader like Vladimir Putin, Paul Whelan told Hallie Jackson Now in an interview yesterday, pointing to the arrest warrant issued for Putin by the International Criminal Court in March 2023. Whelan said the Russian leader was a wanted war criminal, and our government is treating him like a friend. The Alaska summit was a fool's errand, and there was no reason to trust Putin, he said. It's not going to come to a good end, he added. Russian President Vladimir Putin has paid tribute to the heroic North Korean troops fighting against Ukraine. In a letter to the secretive communist country's leader Kim Jong-un. In the letter celebrating the end of Japanese colonial rule and North Korea's Liberation Day, Putin paid tribute to the bonds of military brotherhood, friendship and mutual assistance between the two nations. This was fully confirmed by the heroic participation of Korean servicemen in the liberation of the territories of the Kursk region from the Ukrainian invaders, he said. The Russian people will forever preserve the memory of their courage and selflessness. North Korea has sent around 15,000 troops to Russia since last fall and also supplied large quantities of military equipment, according to South Korean intelligence assessments.